In this example, we will look at solving an application problem involving both ratios and proportions. And if you haven't already, take a moment to pause the video to read the full problem statement. So in this problem, we're given some insurance premium amounts and gross wages amounts, and I'm going to look at this particular ratio of insurance premium to gross wages. And I'm going to do that for both welders and the secretary. So to do so, I do know a ratio for the welders. I'm told that that is $10.51 per $100 gross wages. And actually, because the units are the same here, I don't need to write in the dollar symbols on both. Now I'm going to set that equal to another ratio in which I do know the gross wage of the welder. I was told that was $33,000, but I do not know the total amount of insurance premiums for that welder compared to their annual salary. So I'm going to let that be X. And from here, I can use cross multiplication to cross multiply these two values. And that's a times right there, by the way. And then I'll cross multiply these two values. That's 100 times X. I'm trying to write that just a little bit smaller there. And then I'm going to bring up my calculator to help me calculate some of these values here. So that is, let me squeeze this down a little bit. $33,000 times 10.51. Okay, so we get this number. I'm going to choose to write the dot symbol for multiplication right there just so it doesn't get confusing. And then the last step is to divide both sides by 100. And since I'm dividing by 100, that's the same thing as taking this decimal place and moving it 2 places to the left. So that should be the following amount. And that's the annual amount that one welder will have to have in this insurance premium. There is one small next step that we have to consider, though, and that's that there are 4 welders altogether. So I'm going to take this value and multiply it by 4 to get the total premiums. And taking that times 4 should be $13,873.20. So next, I want to do the same type of thing for the secretary. So I'm going to write out a ratio of insurance premium to gross wages, and then I'm going to set that equal to another ratio where I do not know the total amount of insurance premiums for this secretary's full salary, annual salary. And I'll solve that doing the same thing of cross multiplying. And then after cross multiplying, divide to isolate the variable. And this is the total amount for the insurance premium for the secretary. There is only one secretary, so there's no need to multiply to get a bigger amount of premiums. Now, if I go back to the original question, however, it's asking me what's the total annual premium for all welders and the secretary. So the last thing I want to do is add these two values together. So adding those together, I'm going to get the total premiums for both welders and the secretary, and that's where I have $14,219 worth of insurance premiums.